What's up, everybody? It's your girl Sean here, the multipreneur entrepreneur, and I want to thank you and welcome you to day one of our 5 day free 5 day Facebook travel challenge. How to book and plan a cruise. Now, before we get into today's content, I just want to share with you a little bit about who I am and why I decided to do this challenge. So, who am I? I am a mom. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an author, and I'm a lover of helping others create generational wealth. That's a little bit about who I am. Why I travel? For those of you who know me, you know that I just don't have I don't like to travel, but I have a love affair with travel. It is my thing. And I love to cruise. It is one of my favorite modes of transportation when I'm on vacation. Now, that doesn't mean I don't take land vacations or I don't do all inclusives. Doesn't mean that, because that's so not true. But I do love cruising. So that's why I decided to do this free 5 day Facebook travel challenge on cruising. So, what are we going to learn in the 5 days that we're here? Well, today, day one, we are going to talk about documentation. I get asked the question all the time, Sean, what is it that you need when you take a cruise? Is a passport enough? Is your ID enough? Is, birth certificate enough? I get asked the question all the time. So we're going to talk about that today. And in day two, we're actually going to talk about deciding where you want to go. Listen, guys, there's a big world out there, all right? And you can cruise just about anywhere you want to around this beautiful world. So we're going to talk about that in day two. Day three, we're going to talk about picking the right ship, because trust me, once you decide where you want to go, picking the right ship is just as important. There are over 26 cruise lines out there. But trust me when I tell you, we can find the right ship just for you. All right, that's day three. Day four, we're going to talk about understanding some of the lingo. There's going to be some terminology that you hear when you're aboard the ship or you get ready to get started in that process. And so we're going to break that. We're going to break down a few key words so you guys truly understand what that means. And it's going to help you in the process when you get ready to actually book that cruise. All right. So that's day four. All right. And then day five, we are going to actually uh, we're gonna now you're ready. You're ready to book that cruise. With all the things you've learned over the last 4 days, you are actually ready to book that cruise and get things rolling. Now it's time to start packing and doing all those other things. But that's what we're gonna do in day five. So again, we are on day one. This is Monday. And so again, we're gonna talk about documentation. Now, it used to be in past times that our driver's license or our ID was more than enough to travel pretty much anywhere in the world. But since September 11th, and of course things changing, when you travel internationally, of course you've always needed a passport. And pretty much, I suggest to anybody and everybody who asks me to have a passport. It truly does make things easier. Um, and most places, you can use your ID. That's usually enough for, especially if you're traveling, excuse me, going from a cruise from one U.S. port to another. Normally, if you're doing that kind of cruise, your ID is normally enough. But again, having a passport makes things a lot easier. However, if you don't have a passport, you decide to take a cruise, and let's just say you leave from Miami, anywhere in Florida, Port Canaveral, um, Fort Lauderdale, doesn't matter. But just your cruise, your last day, you're in, let's say, San Juan, Puerto Rico. You are going to need a passport in order to get back home. So no matter what people tell you, or no people say, the best course to have is a passport. So if you have a passport, you're good. If it expires, you definitely want to make sure that you renew it. And if you don't have one, then of course you want to make sure that you go ahead and, go take that picture and go get your passport. All right. Now, if you need help with getting a passport, you need help with um, updating and getting your passport renewed, feel free to reach out to me and I can help you with that as well. But that's it, folks. That's all I have. Today's video was real short and simple. Documentation. it is important, it's imperative to have the right documentation, because you don't want to miss your cruise or get stuck somewhere. You know, Lord forbid something happens and you get sick or something and you're in a different island and you have to try to get to the cruise, or you got to try to get home. You are going to need that passport. So overall, folks, passport. Make sure you have your passport. So that's it, folks. That's all I have for you. I hope you got some value from today's video. If you did, do me a huge, huge favor. Share this out with your friends and family. And again, I thank you for watching. Come back tomorrow on Tuesday, day 2, where we are actually going to talk about deciding where you want to go. All right, guys? Until the next video. Peace.